It's very fun.
Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. My special guest today, Christine Lamont. Christine, where are you today? Are you in LA or are you in Rome?
Los Angeles, and
Los
Jeremiah,
Angeles.
the radio with you. I really do. I love this. I love having you. You're fabulous. It'll be so much fun to do more of these
Well,
with you.
we're launching a new radio station where I'm the program director here in Santa Barbara, called aptly titled Evolved Radio. Um, and you are welcome to come on anytime if you want your own show. Why don't we talk about it? You could play opera. We could do an opera hour.
And
Um,
we just came from Santa Barbara, the festival. They were so gracious.
yeah.
Wonderful. In fact, the audience was so eager and appreciative. They had to put an encore screening on, and they had to turn away ticket holders from some of our screenings. They were
Oh,
packed.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Congratulations. I saw that
yeah,
encore, but I didn't realize there was actually an encore presentation.
yeah. Yeah, it was great. Very nice.
Well, film composer Nicholas Pike is here. You can find Nicholas on nicholaspike.net and Lamont Productions, I believe it's .com. Christine Lamont, you can find her there. We're going to talk now about this beautiful film. We started talking about it because we're so excited to explore the music and the concept and the story. This is a really neat story. Viva Verde. Um, Welcome back, Christine and Nicholas. So let me sing some more praises if I could here, and since I've got the mic and I got a few minutes here. Christine spent over 5 years as executive vice president of the motion picture division at Rogers and Cohen, and as an international strategic marketer, she worked at legendary Italian studio Cinecittà in Rome and served as marketing executive at TV3 New Zealand while living in Auckland. Christine is a contributing editor to Musée, an avant-garde photography magazine, and Nicholas Pike. His ability to work in a creative partnership with a film's director and his skills as an arranger, conductor, and engineer make him one of the most sought after composers in the industry. They're both here. These heavy hitters are hanging out with me today, and we're talking about their films, um, Viva Verde. Let's talk about that. What's it about, Christine?
Well,
Nicholas?
talk about Verdi because Giuseppe Verdi to me was the most incredible man. He was a humanitarian, he was a generous philanthropist, and he was a genius that wasn't accepted right away as a young boy. He lived in Ranunculum in Italy, and his parents had a place where I guess people would stop by, and I don't know if it was a tavern, but he was educated and given books by these older people. So he was kind of a wise old soul growing up. And he eventually started playing the piano at the church there. Oh, thank you. That looks very nice up there. I like that. Thank you. And he went to school, became this incredible composer, and this generous soul. So he was a farmer, and that's how he identified as a farmer first. And he was a rebel. And we talked about rebels like Ai Weiwei, but Giuseppe Verdi was one as well. In fact, his music, Va Pensiero, is what they would sing for victory. That was a victory song. It still is sung during COVID. That's what all the Italians sang at their windows, their balconies. So anyway, he built a hospital first for the farmers in his area in Busseto. And then he went on to Milan, where he was composing, and he built Casa Verdi there. It was built in 1896. He spared no expense, and he did not want it opened until after he died. He died in 1901, and it opened in 1902. And those first people that were there lucky because at the time there were no pensions for artists. So he gave them an opportunity in their third act to relax, to be with kindred spirit, to keep creating and following their passion. And so that's to me, that is such a beautiful story. And as we mentioned before, Yvonne was doing some work there, and who's the director, Yvonne Russo. And she reached out and I said, yes, 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 let's do this thing. So we started it and eventually brought on some wonderful people. And Maxim Derevianko was our cameraman and is also the director of Ai Weiwei's Turandot, these beautiful concentric circles that come around. That's part of it. And the people we followed, we decided to follow 5 or 6 people. It was hard because there were so many beautiful stories. Everyone was eager to talk about their stories, but I think the people that we did choose were really interesting, very exciting, and you could identify with them for one reason or another. A drummer, a jazz drummer, and Jambi, who's still alive and going strong. We love him so much. He's still creating, still at Casa Verde. And Chitose, our Japanese beautiful pianist and a singer of La Boheme and Madame Butterfly, Madame a Butterfly. So there were wonderful stories that we explored and brought in Nick and some other wonderful people. Our Jacek Laskis, who was another one of our cinematographers, our main cinematographer, worked with Roger Altman. So he's very heavy duty. And we brought in some great editors who created beautiful work. Federico Conforti is our Italian editor, lives in LA, and Dariana Cardilli. And Federico Rodelli started with us as a PA, production assistant, and he was our man on the ground for over 10 years. He did amazing work. He's a co-producer of the film. It's such a beautiful thing to see that. And his film is my other third Italian documentary, Children of the River. So it's a family.
Yeah. What a beautiful
You
film.
know,
What a beautiful experience. Nicholas, when filming, did you play with any of the musicians or talk to them about their life in music?
I mean, pretty much, no, pretty much all the shooting was done when I came on board, you know. But I just want to say about Verdi, I mean, what an incredible human being he must have been. And he was, you know, I mean, because he was a very wealthy man from, you know, the popularity of his operas and, you know, getting performed all over the place. And you know, yes, he took care of his family, but then he devoted his fortune to creating this facility for so many of the people who had played, who had brought his music to life, you know, during his career. And like Christine was saying, there was no, you know, support of any kind for you know, for these aging musicians and singers. And here he builds this magnificent facility, you know, and in
Sort of,
yeah, just to pay them back, you know, for what
yeah,
what they'd given him, you know. Um,
sort of
what
the music cares of his generation or of his time.
I mean, I keep thinking, where are they today? You know, where are the
Right.
rich musicians, performers, artists? You know, maybe they should be doing something like this, you know, and take a page out of his book.
Do
Mm.
you know why he waited until he died? He wouldn't let it open until after he died. Was there a reason for that?
Very humble. He really was.
Humble.
Not want to have all kinds of glory and a spotlight on himself. So that was really a big part of it. He's a beautiful man.
Where can the listeners right now find the film? It's still in festivals, right? So it's
Both
not
I
available.
they
Sorry.
are completed and doing the festival route. So both of them actually, Ai Weiwei had its world premiere in Santa Barbara, thanks to Claudia Puge, who's a very big fan, and we love her so much. And Viva Verdi had its premiere at Woodstock in October 2024, and Mira is the head of the festival there, and was generous and kind and opened her heart to this, and a great audience response as well. There, Nick was there with us. We had about 20 of us up on stage at one point. All of our crew was there. It was great. Same thing in Santa Barbara. So next up, Viva Verdi is in Boulder, and that's March 14th, 14th and 15th, 13th and 14th, and they just put a third screening on the 15th. So that's coming up soon. And Ai Weiwei is at CPH Docs in Copenhagen. And that's March 21st. It's a very big deal. Ai Weiwei is going to be there, and Julian Lennon and Andy Cohen, all of my compatriots from Italy, Marta Zaccaron, who's my co-producer partner, and Maxim, of course, the director. And they show Viva Ai Weiwei's Turandot. And then Maxime will have a conversation, extended conversation with Ai Weiwei. And then they will premiere Ai Weiwei's new documentary, Animosity. Animality, it's called, Animality. And so it's going to be a whole day of Ai Weiwei and talking about human rights and the arts, etc. Very exciting. I can't wait to, I love Copenhagen.
What can't you wait for, Nicholas?
I'm not sure. What
I thought you said I can't wait for that. I thought I'd cut you off. All right. Ai Weiwei's Turandot. Everything is art. Everything is politics. Go to Ai Weiwei Turandotfilm.com. I'm going to spell it for you. AIWEISTURANDOT film.com. You can follow Ai Weiwei on Instagram at AIWW. Viva Verde, life's third act, may just be the best one after all. You can find and follow on Instagram, Viva Verde, the film, VIVA VERDI, the film, or same handle, Viva Verde, thefilm.com. Ai Weiwei says, expressing oneself is a part of being human. To be deprived of a voice is to be told you are not a participant in society. Ultimately, it is a denial of humanity. I like that quote. Follow Nicholas Pike on Instagram at NICPIK 1000, NickPick1000, and follow Christine Lamont on Instagram, LAMONTE, LA Lamont. We'll be right back with our final segment. Don't go anywhere.